Hello again, it's me, Josh. So my kitchen's already a wonderful mess, and my oven's running, so it's loud and crazy, but if you've seen my last video, you would know why. Basically, I made a cake batter in my last video that I used for 6 cupcakes, which means I have a huge amount of batter left. So I'm going to use that batter and teach you how to make something else in this video. So for this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a sunflower Peeps cake. If you celebrated Easter and say you have a bunch of Peeps remaining, this is a great recipe to be able to use them so they don't go to waste, and it's not very Eastery. I mean, it's just in general a very like spring-like cake. It's a sunflower, you know? Sunflower. So this is a great way to use up all those remaining Peeps, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, I just realized there's sunflowers back here. How appropriate. So for this recipe, we're gonna need 2 8-inch circular baking pans. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spray these down with some cooking spray. You can rub them with butter. You can really any way to get them to not stick. And we're gonna go ahead and take our batter, which if you don't know how to make this, it is in my last video, which I shall link somewhere up in this corner. In that video, I go over exactly how to make this batter. That's the one I like. You can use really any cake recipe you want. I'm using chocolate cake because we're going to cover our entire cake in chocolate ganache. So go ahead, choose your cake recipe, use this one if you like, but we're going to go ahead and bake our cake. So we're going to take our batter, which for me it's just the remaining batter from the batter I had before. I took some out. But again, use your entire recipe, and we're going to just split it evenly between our 2 pans. So let's go ahead and get started. And a scoop for you. A scoop for you. Our cakes are now done. Or not done, but you know, filled into the pans. So for this recipe, we're gonna do exactly what the recipe calls for, which says to bake for 35 to 40 minutes. Because this time we're having, you know, full-sized cakes instead of tiny mini ones. So go ahead, pop these in the oven at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes, and we'll pull them out when they're nice and firm. So my cakes are now out of the oven. Here's one of them, the other one's sitting right there. They're really hot. We're just gonna let them cool completely before we even deal with these. So to cover our cakes though, we're going to be using chocolate ganache, and if you don't know how to make chocolate ganache, I have that in one of my videos, which I will link. Oh, I haven't posted that video. I should do that. Anyway, then I guess I'll teach you how to make chocolate ganache. But it's getting late right now, and I really need to clean up, so I will do that tomorrow, and I'm just going to let these sit overnight, and come back to you tomorrow. So, see you then. Hello, it's me, Josh, and it's now the following day. I've carefully removed my cake from my pan. I'm going to do the same with the other one. So you can see our cake has a dome shape to the top. We want to get rid of that dome shape so that our cake is perfectly flat. We're going to take this cake slicer. This is just really cheap when I got off of Amazon. And we're going to set the blade so that it cuts off just the top dome. And we're just going to slice off that dome. When you finish leveling your cakes, now we want to prepare our chocolate ganache, which is going to be the filling between our cakes and the covering over our cake. So here I have 250 grams of chocolate chips. You can use semi-sweet, you can use bittersweet, you can use milk chocolate. And here is 1 cup of heavy cream. We're going to go ahead and take our heavy cream and bring it to a boil, and then pour it over our chocolate chips and stir until smooth. If it's not completely smooth, you can put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, mix it up, and keep doing that until you get a very smooth ganache. Here I have my cakes. I've put a piece of foil on the bottom so that any spilled ganache doesn't get on my table. We're just going to take a little bit of ganache and put it over one slice of our cake. Just use a spatula and spread that out. Once you finish that, we're going to take our other slice and just lay it over the top of that cake. I'm using the bottom of the cake on the top so we get a nice flat surface. And we're just going to take our ganache and pour it over the top and make sure it covers the entire thing and drips over the entire cake. Now what you want to do is you want to put our peeps and line them up around the top of our cake so it looks like a sunflower from the top. We want to wait until our ganache has cooled just enough so that our peeps don't slide off, but not so much that our peeps don't stick. So we're just going to let this sit for a while and we'll come back when it has set a little. So here I have my peeps. I'm just going to go ahead and line them up around the top of our cake in a circle. So now what we want to do is we want to take some chocolate chips and place them facing up so that the tip faces up and looks like the points on the sunflower seeds in the center. But as I found out last time, it takes a very long time to line up each one. So I'm just going to take chocolate chips and dump them in and see how it turns out. So there we have it, our sunflower peeps cake. We want to wait until this completely sets and cools before we attempt to remove it from the rack, or else it'd be sticky and nasty. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, share it, and subscribe. So I'll see you all next time. I just took a little bit of mint off of my mint plant back there, washed it up, and we're just going to stick this mint into that hole we just created, and then with the toothpick,